Hello? 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 Oh, hey there, Chris. Don't worry, I'm not here to hurt you. Say, are those delicious meal kits from our sponsor, Factor? They are? Why don't we go make some? Factor sends healthy, chef-prepared, ready-made meal kits right to your door. Why subsist on the sadness of greasy, depressing takeout like a slovenly imp when you can dine like a king? If you're a gamist like me, this is the meal kit for you. Don't have the time to make lunch or dinner from scratch because you're too busy grinding Horkle chunks to upgrade your cumuloid in Phantom Rosewood 2? Divine swindle of chaos? Grab a keto shake for a quick snack, or have a chef-quality meal ready to go in 2 minutes with no prep, no mess, no cleanup, no nothing. I personally really like the shredded chicken taco bowl. A perfect meal to accompany me while I blissfully converse with my very real wife who exists. I swear to God. Meal plans offer variety with a rotating weekly menu of 34 plus meal options and 36 plus add-ons like smoothies, keto shakes, desserts, and fragments of desecrated human souls. That last one's fake, but it's still a good deal, though. Use my link or go to go.factor75.com and use my code POGCRGMay40 for 40% off plus 20% off your next month. Once you click, my description will live update to count up the purchases. Thanks to Factor for sponsoring today's whatever the hell this ends up being, I guess. Back to whatever this is. Alright, so here's the thing. I am not now, nor have I ever been, a Lord of the Rings guy. The movies were pretty good. These games in particular were pretty damn dope. But I didn't own the movies on DVD and watch them over and over again religiously, okay? It's not Spider-Man 2 to me. Is there a Lord of the Rings theme? Is there theme music? I don't even know. The reason I say all this is because I think it's important to drive home the fact that even I know what Gollum is supposed to look like. An absolutely iconic character design, no question. So when I saw this crack-addled Tommy Pickles, this Jimmy Timmy Power Hour looking fuck, show up in an announcement for a new Lord of the Rings game centered on Gollum, I knew it was going to be a colossal disaster. I knew it was going to be a clusterfuck, the likes of which, you know, we rarely see. But the sheer magnitude of its fuck-uppery, I could not have predicted. It's honestly impressive, and it speaks to a larger issue that's been bubbling up to the surface in the video games industry for quite a while now. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, Chris, what are you doing talking about this? This isn't the type of stuff you normally talk about. And you're right, it isn't. But I was so flabbergasted by this story that I had to talk about it. Now, make no mistakes, I'm not going to play this. I don't think I hate myself nearly enough. But just for curiosity's sake, let's just take a gander at the general review consensus of Lord of the Rings Gollum and see what the problem is.
Y'all gotta know how trash this game is.
Neither fun to play nor interesting to experience.
This is by far the worst game I've played this year.
Why would someone want to play this?
It was terrible. It was a disgrace.
It's not fun to play.
It's just not good.
Yeah, so, not particularly good. Way worse than even I anticipated, and I figured it would be fucking trash. It was so bad that the studio had to post one of these apology.jpg images. You know, these things, the one that every single studio under the sun seems to be tossing into the ether now. I'm pretty convinced at this point that most developers and publishers probably have, like, a designated apology czar, whose sole responsibility is just to go publicly apologize every time a game of theirs fails to meet even the most basic of expectations. But what makes this particular apology.jpg so special is why they're apologizing. I'm sick and tired of seeing these things in general, but they're usually apologizing for delaying a game or apologizing for how poorly their game runs. The most recent example I can think of is Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which is actually a great game at its core that just sort of runs a little poorly on PC. Not excusing that, by the way. If you paid $70 for a game, it damn well better run, especially on your $500 gaming machine you probably pried out of the hands of a 13-year-old sickly imp during the pandemic at a Best Buy. But the game underneath those technical issues is still a solid game. The studio behind The Lord of the Rings Gollum, however, aren't just apologizing for the bad technical state, which, make no mistake, is also bad. They're just apologizing because the game sucks mondo dick. Dear players, we would like to sincerely apologize for the underwhelming experience many of you have had with The Lord of Ring Gollum. Man, they couldn't even get the name of the game they're working on right. Dude, you could just look a little up on the page and it's right there. Like this, when I saw this, it actually blew my fucking mind. Imagine your game is so bad that even your apology needs a patch. Like, I'm at a loss. What really gets me, though, about all of this whole apology culture that's going on with game studios intentionally fucking people over, they know that they're selling you shit. Like, they know the game sucks before they sell it to you. They have to make it and play it incessantly. It's only after the reviews come out and everybody knows how shit it is that they ever feel the need to apologize. What, you're telling me the dev team didn't know they lathered this entire game in the Arial font that looks really fucking out of place in Lord of the Rings? They didn't know that? It's just news to them? Bro, even the pre-release images have better font. Why'd you make the font worse? You mean they didn't know that this guy has an inexplicably disturbing opposable beard, as if there's like joints and bones in it? You tell me they found out the same way we did? Like, yeah, we're looking for the guy who did this. This isn't necessarily the point of this video, but who even greenlit this in the first place? Like, this idea in and of itself is fucking horrendous. Gollum sucks. He's small, gross, weak, he's constantly choking, he's unsympathetic, he's gross.
We will make him the protagonist and charge full price.
No! We have so many better characters. Legolas, Gandalf, Gimli even. Why not Gimli? Gimli, a little dwarf game.
We will have imprecise controls and broken animations.
No! No, we can't! No one will ever trust us again! Our reputation will be destroyed!
Yes, and we will somehow make him even more gross looking! No! No! Then, we will make typo an apology. Get out of my head!
Anyway, that's how I think the pitch meeting probably went. Got a little carried away there. Leave me alone. Look, ultimately, the problem is they know they're selling you shit, and then they come out with this South Park, we're sorry, to try and clean up the image of the publisher, and now it feels like it's happening literally every day now. It's like, it's meme culture now to expect this type of thing. Like, so many of them do it, and it's so insincere every time. Redfall came out not too long ago and had a similar situation. Like, what is this? What is going on? And while Redfall as a game isn't as bad as Lord of Ring Gollum, it's a way shittier situation, because at the very least you could look at the Lord of the Rings Gollum team and say, that's a small studio in way over their head with a really legendary IP that they probably shouldn't have been given the rights to in the first place. But with Redfall, that's Microsoft, dude. That's one of the main big three console manufacturers putting out a first-party game from a studio that has a history of making bangers and still shitting the bed. Not only that, but it's their first game that they had the audacity to charge people $70 for.
It's just not finished, and it's something that I almost feel like shouldn't even be like they shouldn't even bother to finish it in some ways.
I played Redfall on launch when it came to Game Pass for like 2 hours, and I couldn't stomach it. It literally made me nauseous.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's actually, like, I'm not even exaggerating. It's my head hurts.
Anyway, this is a really rambly video. I'm sorry. I'm just so staggered by all this. The Gollum team ends their apology in a way that I found hysterical. Once again, we deeply apologize for any inconvenience caused, and we appreciate your understanding during this time. My understanding? What understanding? I don't understand. You're not a musician who has to last minute cancel a concert because your family inexplicably died suddenly. That I understand. You've got a way different situation going on. You're a video game developer / publisher, whatever, who sold potentially thousands of people a piece of objective trash for $60. Thank me for my understanding. There is no understanding. Look, I know I don't normally make videos like this. I know this is probably very hyper-specific and probably many of you don't care, and that's fine. But, like, I don't know, man. I really like the video games industry. I think it's a really interesting industry to follow and analyze. It's why I've been co-hosting a podcast for the last 4 years every fucking week, analyzing the industry.
But me as a host of this podcast, I'm not going to say it because I know you fuckers will clip it out.
The tweet is as follows. Preview: Final Fantasy 16 still seems like a PS5 must-have, but a couple of
because I'm genuinely interested and I genuinely care and I'm passionate about it. And so when I see these fucking like half-hearted apologies from like big developers and big studios who apologize to you after intentionally ripping you off, it just pisses me off, like, severely. And I think I'm tired of it. It's exhausting. I'm fortunate in that I have a pretty good eye for stuff that's not going to work out. You know, like when I saw Anthem, I knew that was going to be shit. When I saw No Man's Sky, I knew that was going to be shit. And there was no part of me that was even remotely looking forward to the Lord of Ring Gollum. But even so, it's just, you know, it's, I don't know. I don't even know where to end this, quite frankly. But the next time I see one of these apology posts, I'm gonna
in the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this time.